So, we are back again guys sa panibagong episodes ng ating reaction na video. At ngayon ay nagbabalik ulit tayo dito kay Kills. Ito ay pinamagathang 11 creepiest things caught in tunnels on camera. So, ano pang hinihintay natin? Sporado. Let's go na.
Number 11. Some kids flashlights a tunnel in the darkness of night. These ingredients never fail to be a recipe for disaster. Published in December 2012 by 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, a group of kids decide to enter a sewer at night with nothing but flashlights to guide them. They should have expected what came next. They crawl into the depths of the tunnel, waiting for the creature to make himself known, but when it does, you wish it hadn't. The figure springs towards the boys and all mayhem breaks loose as the entire group tries to scurry out of the tunnel at once. When they do finally break free of the tunnel and its creature, a sigh of relief washes over them. Many viewers of this video feel the same way.
Okay, mayroon sa kanilang umatake.
The potato
Isang Nalang
llama's rote reminds me of when there's a spider hiding under a rock, and the second you lift it, it runs at you. But what was this thing crawling deep in the tunnel? Some think it was a monkey, judging by the noises the creature made, others special effects. I don't know what it is, but it's made me want to stay out of sewage tunnels at night, or at any time really.
May
Number
nag-atake sa
10.
kanila.
Night Owl 2007 published this video of a creepy sewer creature in February of 2018. In the video, some guys are walking along the road at night when they stop at a big heavy manhole cover and proceed to enter into the sewer.
Oh shit.
They remember how scary the sewer is, long dark tunnels,
Anong gagawin nila dyan?
loud echoes. In order to see how deep one of the tunnels goes, the crew cracks a neon
Pag kayo naligaw dyan, ewan ko lang.
stick light
Kung makakabalik pa kayo nyan.
and turning off all other light sources, throws it into the tunnel. The tunnel must be deep, but the depths do terminate, as you can still see a tiny pinprick of light in the distance. As they're playing around with the neon sticks, the camera catches a skull-like face peeking over one of the crew's shoulders.
I don't think you're throwing out enough light here.
What do you think?
What the?
It looks like a ghoulish mask leering behind him, but when the guy
Napansin nung mismo nagkakamera. Yung mismo kumukuha ng video. Napansin niya agad.
moves out of the way and the cameraman casts his camera beyond, there's nothing there. Needless to say, the entire crew springs into
Ang creepy ng mukha.
action, racing out of that sewer like no one's business. There's a roaring sound at the end, echoing as they jet out of the tunnel. We can assume they made it out alive, otherwise we wouldn't have this video to show for it. Number 9. This video of urban exploration,
Ang daming ipis.
published by Backyard Exploration in January 2015, is particularly eerie because what's scarier than dark, damp tunnels and nowhere to turn? In the video description, Backyard Exploration writes, "As the city grew, much of the underworld was sealed and forgotten. We infiltrate the sewers in search for this lost history. Unlike many entries on this list, these guys mean business. They are decked out with gear, headlamps, ropes, and safety equipment for sewer exploration, and they will need it. The underground is a dangerous place, and if you're claustrophobic, the tight spaces might give you screaming anxiety. Even worse, if you're squeamish, you might want to sit this one out, as there's loads of wadding through raw sewage. The exploration shows the
Grabe ang creepy na loob, no? Or kung naligaw ka talaga yan, ay nako. Siguro hindi ka na siguro makakabalik. Mas ano,
scurry across the ground and up the walls. Water trickles down from above as the team continues to trapeze through the dark tunnels. The
ano,
team
parang
crawls and
ganun.
climbs through narrow channels to make sure no stone is left unturned, and at one point, they even walk waist deep in sewage water, which is sometimes calm, sometimes rushing. In some areas, there are massive amounts of cockroaches skittering across the
Daming ipis, par. Kadiri. Sobrang bahonan.
ceiling of the
Yung ipis na
tunnel.
yan.
All in all, it's pretty much every phobia imaginable in one. As After Dark said in the comments, this is the stuff that nightmares are made of, this tunnel. But fortunately, this nightmare does come to an end as the video
no?
concludes. They
May mga
exit
ano
the
pa pala
sewage
yan.
tunnel to breathe fresher air and see daylight again. Number 8. Published in October of 2011, the YouTuber wrote in the video description, "I found where the creature has been hiding, along with my dead cat. What creature?" While searching his property, the original uploader found a sewer or a drainage pipe, which is where the video begins. As he's walking towards the drain, he only brought
Marami palang ano, no? Marami palang tunnel sa ibang bansa, no?
his camera
Sa Pilipinas, ewan ko lang kung ilan ang tunnel dun eh.
and a knife. What does he need a knife for? We'll soon find out. He enters the tunnel,
Dito madami ditong tunnel sa ibang bansa. Dito mismo.
and you can't see
Puro
much
tunnel to eh.
inside apart from his bright headlights on the walls. But then again, as the light shines ahead deeper into the tunnel, he seems to catch a brief glimpse of a creature standing there, two bright eyes gleaming in the darkness. He races out of the tunnel. He explains that his camera died as he was hurrying home, the sewer being a quarter-mile deep in the forest. For some reason, he decides to head back the next day to explore the tunnel again, in the hopes of capturing the creature face to face. This time he enters the tunnel through the opposite side, where the stream is coming out. Inside, he finds the skull of his cat. He
Paano ba naman ano yan? Makikita yan eh. Wala makita. Malabo yung
also
ano eh.
finds what he believes to be the creature's nest.
That's my cat. That's my cat.
Ha? Di ko maano. Malabo yung video.
I think I just found misplaced this nest.
Saka sobrang ano pati madilim.
So what do you think? Is this creature indeed alien or some other known life form? Unless we know what sewer this YouTuber is exploring, we cannot move forward with verifying if this footage is legitimate.
Wala namang makita dun eh. Ano ba yun?
Number 7. Papa Jake is returning to a haunted sewer tunnel
Hindi ko nga man lang na ano, nakita yung muka. Diyos ko.
that he explored once before. But this time it's 3 a.m. He and his friends think that a large sewer creature might be down there, so they bring a lot of extra equipment, like motion sensors and night vision, to capture it on video. Their first encounter happens not in the tunnel
Uy.
itself, but rather in the surrounding
Naka-night vision.
woods.
Something's in the nest! Something's in the nest! Something is in the nest!
What appears to be some type of humanoid creature scampers across the forest floor on all fours. Only one of the two friends see it, so I guess he manages to convince himself that it was nothing, and they continue to press on. A short while later, they finally locate the tunnel. They are very deep inside when a strange and haunting moan convinces them to get out of there fast.
14. What was that?
The noise is coming from the same direction they just came from, so Papa Jake and his friend try to outrun the creature at a fast pace, taking blind turn after blind turn for a full 5 minutes. It isn't long before they find themselves wandering down an oversized pipe, completely lost. Whatever is chasing them, on the other hand, apparently knows every last twist and turn of this labyrinthian cesspit.
Uy,
and finds them quickly.
grabe yan. Ayun, no?
At this point, they all stopped recording
Siguro, kahit naman sinong tao no? Mapapasigaw ka talaga kung sakaling makakita ka ng ganun.
to run for their lives. Papa Jake now feels he has sufficient evidence of the rake, and I doubt he will ever
Yun, no? Sheesh.
go back there. As always, be sure to let me know if you think this is real or not based on what you've seen. Their reactions all seem very genuine, but there's always the possibility of special effects.
Paano magiging yun? Special effects yun. Ang hirap yun, edit nun. Ako hindi nga ako maalam mag-edit ng mga special effects. Yun pa kaya.
Number 6. The Drake-Low tunnels in the United Kingdom was a classified nuclear bunker that mysteriously closed down from 1993. Almost no records
Have you watched
of this place
Like,
exist, but 3 men were once buried alive in a tunnel collapse. Shadow people are said to have
Ewan ko kung tama yung pagkakabasa ko dun. Pero bahala na. Correct nyo na lang
been
guys.
seen here ever since, and the Ouija brothers do capture some strange activity on camera, like this pitch black anomaly at 8 minutes and 45 seconds, for example. Is this a black spirit orb or just a wall stain?
Walk towards my voice.
And a minute earlier, they catch this passing white apparition against the wall.
Could you make yourself known?
Ano sabi?
Could you make yourself known?
Okay.
The timing of the appearance in relation to the question is quite abnormal, but is it paranormal? I think so. Number 5. This entry involves a series of videos revealing a web of industrial-looking tunnels that weave beneath the campus of Northern Arizona University. The uploader states that in October of 2018, he only reached the bottom of the stairs but recently decided to venture further. Enclosed Granddad writes, NAU was almost established as an insane asylum back in the mid-1890s, and rumor has it that these tunnels would have been part of that. He shares a link, which notes that the building was first built as a reform school for Arizona's so-called vicious youth. It's unclear why it remained empty for years upon completion. That's when, as Granddad mentioned, an insane asylum was proposed by the territorial legislature. For some reason, that wasn't followed through either. What isn't made clear is this short historical literature is when the tunnels were built and for what purpose. The recorder guides us through the dark
Grabe naman mga tunnel yan. Sobrang dami.
tunnels writing. I came across pathways that I could have potentially crawled.
Creepy siya. Kapag ikaw lang yung mag-isa na napupunta. Pero kahit pa naman meron kang kahit na meron kang kasama ganun din. Masyadong pa rin. Masyadong creepy pa rin.
Shimmied through, but chose not to because 1. They seemed a bit dangerously cramped at points, and 2. I didn't want to spend too much time down there. I don't know how much farther these tunnels go until we find out what those tunnels were used for. The mystery may just be enough to
Ooh.
haunt you.
Grabe. Ang lawak pala nun.
Number 4. This one looks straight out of a horror movie, posted by Wet Tent YT to the Chills Narrator subreddit, and originally published
Grabe naman ang tunnel yan.
YouTube in September of 2020. This is an urban exploring adventure turned into
Iba-iba.
a nightmare. The uploader explains that this is a follow-up to a recent video he posted. He came across several tunnels after leaving an abandoned garage.
Meron pa tayong
And in these tunnels, he
Pagdan.
encountered a figure he'd seen at the last location. These videos were filmed within hours of each other and showcase a strange person or figure that followed me while exploring. If you
Parking naman yun
looked closely, it seemed to have an axe, and its eyes also looked like they were sort of glowing. In the video, after wandering down a tunnel, the uploader hears something. He sets his camera down on the ground in the tunnel facing the exit. That's when the aforementioned figure is captured, pounding on the roof of the tunnel with what appears to be an axe. Meanwhile, the uploader races down the adjacent
Saan naman ang
tunnel,
galing
and
yun?
when the Axeman leaves, retrieves his camera from the ground and races back towards
Bigla
where
naman
the
lumabas.
Axeman exited, shouting, "Who are you?" No response. He should probably be grateful about that.
Saan naman nanggaling yun?
Number 3.
Bigla na lang umano dun. Bigla na lang sumulpot.
A YouTuber named The Legends TV is exploring a tunnel at 3 a.m. when he comes across a stenciled message on the wall. It's a rant about someone who doesn't want to take their medicine or live in a hospital anymore, perhaps made by someone who escaped an institution and now lives down here. To further support this theory, they find a lone baby doll laying in the dirty water, and tucked under the doll's arm is a steel blade. For all I know, this could be a trap set by someone who is not right in the head. They go only a little deeper and find this red clump of what appears to be matted hair stuck to the wall, almost like someone's
Ano yan?
skull. Number to the wall,
Ano
almost
yan?
like someone's skull.
Ano yun?
Number 2. An urban exploration channel called Urbex with Taffy goes investigating an underground bunker when they start to feel incredibly watched for no reason at all. They pause at the entrance to a dark room and, night vision rolling, call out to any haunting the tunnels with them.
Okay. Alright, so, is there anyone in here with us? Would you make a sound? Just make a noise?
In the doorway is a shadow person who is not Taffy
Madali siyang kausap ha.
nor his friend, Carl. As you can see both of their shadows. It's weird that a third shadow appears as soon as they ask for a sign, but this wouldn't be too hard to fake with a third person's help. The question is whether or not it was really the two of them down there in the creepy haunted tunnel, and that's something only Carl and Taffy will know for sure. I've got a challenge for you. Number 1. A group of friends see a stranger leave the woods in a hurry. They think it's odd and make a video.
Andy caught someone coming out of the tunnel. Pretty creepy, pretty scary. So.
Oh, bro, what's that smell?
Oh, it's rank.
Can you smell that?
Guys, there's literally flies all over the place.
Oh, bro, can you smell that? That stinks,
Oh,
bro.
nasty, huh?
In the tunnel, they find a white sheet covered in red with a very distinct human outline underneath.
Grabe yung mga taon to. Sobrang tatapang.
And this is their reaction.
That stinks.
Mabaho talaga yung nasa tunnel.
Man, that was grim.
Magkakasukan sila.
We need to ring the police.
Crazy as anything.
Having this happen would be really scary.
We need to ring the police. What? We need to ring the police.
Have you got a phone?
No, I've not got a phone. Have you got one? Hey, can I have police, please?
Then bother looking for. Go on that door.
1 minute you're hanging out with your friends, and the next moment you're all suspects.
Yeah, I've just been exploring with me, and we've just found a body.
Nakakita sila ng katawan. Anong katawan yun? Tao?
1 minute you're hanging out with your friends, and the next moment you're all suspects.
Yeah, I've just been exploring with me, and we've just found a body.
Grabe. Nakakita sila ng katawan dun sa tunnel na yun. Kaya pala sabi nung isa mabaho. Hindi ko alam kung tama yung pagkakaintindi ko ha. Or yung pagkakarinig ko. So anyway, yun lang. Ingat and God bless sa next one na video. Paalam.